mean, I know it's only been 11 days, but that seriously might be one of the number one efforts of the year when it's all said and done. Because holy balls, what was that?
Last week we ended off the week with a long run, which is not normally something I do. And normally I do a workout on Monday because I have that rest day on Sunday. But this week we still had that workout on Monday, and this week we got off on a great start. Monday morning, starting off with an 8-mile threshold at 5:42 pace in the morning, ended up having 10 miles on the day. Felt great. I think my heart rate hit a max of 180, which is really good. 5:42 pace has been feeling so much smoother and better the more I've been doing these thresholds, and it's a great thing to see, especially with how much I struggled doing 6-minute pace a year ago. So that was a great morning, a great start to the week. Then in the afternoon, we got in an extra 40 minutes, basically a flush run to try to clear out my body of all the crap that's in that. And I have talked about this in the past, but I do quite enjoy these runs just to get my body feeling a little bit better. Then Tuesday morning, we had an easy 10 miles, and this was after work. I had work Tuesday morning, so around 11:30, I got this in. Going into Wednesday, another workout day, and this was the big workout of the week. Wednesday, we had 10 by mile, and this was with 60 seconds of rest, so not a lot of rest, but not a crazy fast pace. The goal was to go at 5:30 pace, which Arrow told me, and I was like, all right, I think I can handle that. And I got through the first 7 at 5:30 pace, and after I hit that 7th one, I was like, this is just too easy. I gotta go a little bit faster.
Rep 8 was 5:27, rep 9 was 5:24, and rep 10 was 5:21. Did not expect it to go that well whatsoever. Very happy with that.
A great second workout on the week, especially because later in the week, as we're going to talk about, the weather got bad. Before that though, I did another 40 minutes in the afternoon, again just a flush run, building the mileage up for the week. Going into Thursday, we had an 80-minute run, which ended up being just over 10 miles. Pretty easy, got this done early in the morning, and then went to the gym to get in a lift session where I did a little bit of legs, a little bit of back, and a little bit of biceps. Just trying to make sure that I'm getting back into the gym now that I'm on my own. And it's not an easy thing whatsoever to try to get back into the gym, but I used to be going to the gym 6 times a week, and now I'm just trying to do 2 times a week and really focus on making sure I'm strengthening the parts of my body that are going to help injury prevention and get me stronger for running. On Friday, we actually moved my long run up because Saturday and Sunday looked like it wasn't going to be realistic to run outside. So we moved my long run to Friday, and it snowed so much the night before. We had anywhere from like 4 to 5 inches of snow on the ground. It was so bad to the point I had to drive halfway to Morris, leave my car there, have my dad drive me 13 miles in the other direction, and then I ran on the trail in literal 4 inches of snow for 11 miles until I got onto the road and did another 2 miles on the road to get to my car. So this was just a brutal run. I got in around 4 more miles at my car, or 3 more miles around my car, and ended up getting 16 miles total for a total of 2 hours and 10 minutes, which is the longest run I've ever done time-wise.
I mean, it was worth it, 16 miles done, and I can't run outside tomorrow or Sunday, so that's a plus, but oh, I might be stupid.
And then going into Saturday, it just wasn't feasible to run outside when it was around -20 with wind chill. And I also had work that morning, so I got to the gym a little bit early, got 4 miles in on the treadmill. And then when I got out of work around noon, I got in another 6 miles on the treadmill. So it was a 10-mile in total day going into Sunday where I only had 6 miles. So I got up this morning, got to the gym, did my 6 miles, got in a little bit of core and stretching afterwards, and that tops off a second 90-mile week as the second week of the year. So that's really huge. It's my first time ever doing 2 consecutive 90-mile weeks in a row. I did 3 85-mile weeks leading up to these two. So I'm pretty happy with where things are, without a doubt. And I mean, could you ask for a better week when, the weather is really rough? It's definitely a mental battle getting out there on some of these runs and running through the snow like I did on Friday. It just is not easy, so I'm proud of myself to say the least. And 90 miles is 90 miles, and I can't complain with that. So it was a great week overall. Something not a lot of people know is that I actually still have eligibility left in the NCAA. I have 3 years of indoor track eligibility and 2 years of outdoor eligibility, and I could be using it right now. I could have stayed at Lindenwood and started a master's degree and used that eligibility for track. And my parents were honestly kind of pushing for me to do that as well. They thought that it might be a good idea just to stay one more semester. I have a lot of friends there and my sister's there, and I think they kind of thought that it would be nice to still have me there for one more semester just so they could come down and visit the both of us. And graduating in the winter is a little bit different. Not a lot of people do it, so I'm not walking at graduation because it's in the spring. And I know my mom's pretty upset about that. She really wants me to go down there, but I just don't know that I'm going to, especially because I'm already done. I really want to try to move on and start that next chapter, but I could be using my eligibility, but I really think the big word here is opportunity, and what I have at Lindenwood and what I have here. And I had to do a big pro-con when looking at whether I wanted to start my master's and continue to use that eligibility this semester. And to be honest with you, it just wasn't worth it. When I look at what I was like while I was at school, a lot of things weren't going my way. I didn't feel like I was in a place where I could grow a lot. I didn't really feel appreciated as an athlete, and I didn't get along with my coach at school. We had a fine relationship on a personal level, but when it came to training, we didn't agree on the best ways to train, and I was being forced to do a lot of things I didn't want to and things that I thought were not going to be to my benefit. And that's not to knock that coach by any means. I don't know that I can't say one way of training is better than another, but I can say that the training that I got there for the first year didn't help me versus the training I'm doing now, which is showing improvement at a rapid pace. And what I did last summer and over the winter helped me so much going into some of the key races that I had and that I did really good at, versus what I ended up doing and the way I was trained just weren't helping me. It was not producing what I wanted to see. And even though I really did appreciate my teammates and the athletic trainers, the support staff, our coach in the gym, I miss all those people, and I really wanted to stay one more semester just to be with them. But at the end of the day, I had to make the decision where it just wasn't in my best interest to keep training in a program that wasn't going to help me achieve the goals I wanted to achieve. And at the end of the day, I was supposed to race one more indoor track race, and I was lied to and given a false reason of why I wasn't allowed to race, and just completely shown that I wasn't valued as an athlete on that specific team. And I love our head coach. That head coach had nothing to do with any of what I'm talking about. So, it's not all of the coaches there. It was just the one that, just didn't like that I didn't agree with a lot of the stuff that we were doing. And it's not just his fault. Obviously, we should have had a talk about it, and I should have addressed it with him. So, there's blame on both sides, but at the end of the day, you have to take the opportunity that you have. And coming back home where I have my parents and I have great food to eat because I'm vegetarian and it's really difficult to eat at school. I have a room that I love. I mean, I love this place. It makes me feel so much more at home and more comfortable. I'm working a job. I don't have to worry about class. It's much more easy for me to focus on training. And so that opportunity, if you will, is just better for me as a runner to achieve the things that I want to achieve. So that's why, although I have that eligibility where I could be racing at a college level right now in the NCAA in Division One specifically, I chose not to because I think that I have a better opportunity back here training for a coach who cares about me and trusts me, and training in a way that I know is going to get me the best to reach my potential and reach all the goals that I want to achieve. So I just know that this was right for me. And I think that's something that a lot of people have to take into consideration when they're deciding on what they need to do for college. Make sure you go somewhere that, you're going to excel in academics and sports. Because at the end of the day, you are a student athlete and the student part does come first. But like me, where I really did care more about running than I did the academic part, I think that I went to a school where I had met the coach and I knew him for a year and I liked him, and then he left because we changed divisions. So it was kind of tough that change came in and I had no say in it. I lost the coach that I went to that school thinking I was going to train for him for the next 2-3 years, and then got a new coach who I knew nothing about and didn't agree with training on. So that was just an unfortunate thing for me, and that is why I ended up not staying at Lindenwood for a second semester for my 5th year to use that eligibility that I have. And again, it's not anything, I'm not trying to knock that coach. He's got his own specific way of training and some people might like it, some people might not. I just personally didn't, and I thought the opportunity for me to come home and start training with a coach that I agree with his training style was much better. So that's what I ended up doing, and I took that opportunity that I had. And now this is where we are, and I think I am in a much better place, and I'm super happy I made this decision. On the content side, I literally could not be more grateful for all the support and love that I have received in the past week. It is crazy that I'm about to say this, but we have grown by 88 followers on Instagram, 81 subscribers on YouTube, and 17 followers on TikTok, which is insane. I seriously can't even believe that. Like, it's over 10 people subscribing and following a day. And I mean, I just can't be more grateful. I've gotten such positive comments, people watching in from all over the world. And I mean, you guys, I'm seriously appreciate it so much. Like, I'm so glad you guys are enjoying the content that I'm producing because I'm enjoying making it. And I just think that makes the experience all that much better and more worth it when I'm getting all the positive feedback. And again, if you guys have recommendations, like I know somebody was asking to get kilometers also, so I'm going to try to add in kilometers in the subtitles so that you guys can see the difference between miles and kilometers if you are from another part of the world and that makes more sense to you. And if you guys have any other feedback or questions, comments, concerns like that, please let me know, because I want to make this as enjoyable as I can for you guys, for your viewing experience. And I think that everybody, can appreciate that a little bit more when we all work together and figure out what works best for the majority of us. So, don't hesitate to reach out, drop a comment below, shoot me a DM on Instagram, whatever you got to do. Seriously, I appreciate it so much. And this is for you guys at the end of the day. So let's try to make this as enjoyable as I can for you guys. And here is to episode 3 of the Passion Project. I hope you guys enjoyed. Take care, love all things. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.